Hello, this is Dawn Priolet again. And in this video, because in the last video, we were actually tapping on your own fears of commitment, which are causing you to attract men who have a fear of commitment, because you always end up attracting the very kinds of things that you still have to work on in a relationship. And so in this video, I want to do kind of a continuation on that rather than going directly into a positive reframe, because I have a feeling there may still be a lot of stuff coming up around that. So in this video, I want to get to some very specific fears that you may have regarding commitment. So here's what I want you to do. I'd like you to stop the video for a minute and go grab a piece of paper and something to write with. And I would like you to write down, try to get at least three things, three basic fears that you have about committed relationships, either, living together or marriage, whatever your idea of a committed relationship is, and at least 3 to 5 specific fears that you have about that. In other words, what's the downside of being in a committed relationship? What's the negative side of that, according to you, according to what you grew up with and your belief system? And then what I want you to do is rate each of those items from 0 to 10. How true does that feel to you? How intense do you feel about that? Okay, so stop the camera right now. Stop the video, go get the piece of paper and write these down. And then we'll come back and tap on that. Okay, so if you're back now, I'm going to assume that you have written down at least 3 to 5 fears that you have about being in a committed relationship, and you've rated them all from 0 to 10 as far as intensity. So now I want to do some tapping, and then after we do this round of tapping, then you'll be able to go back and measure again what the intensity is on all these things. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually imagine we could just bundle up all of those things that you wrote down and put it all into one big bag, and we're going to tap on all of it. So imagine we're going to tap on the whole thing. Look at that list of negative things about relationships that you just wrote down, and give that a rating from 0 to 10. Now, probably because you've got 3 to 5 tens, 3 to 5 items, then that might equal pretty close to a 10 if you put them all together. But just let your subconscious mind just show you a number, or maybe you'll just get a feeling. What number would that be in intensity for the whole thing? And then we will start doing some tapping on that. And I also want to add in here that one of the big things that gets in the way of letting go of all of this is, there's a saying, you can either be right or you can be happy. And so many of us, very often, we have very strong points of view and beliefs about things. And we will defend those beliefs with our life. We refuse to let it go because I'm right about this. I know it's happened to me. It happened to my mother. It happened to her mother before her. And you have a crap load of evidence to prove that you're right about this, okay? And it may be very difficult to let this go, but I'm going to add that in to the tapping sequence that we're going to do. And this is, by the way, why people a lot of times don't tap on certain things, because they think, well, I'm right about that. Why would I want to tap on it? It's true. Except that according to the law of attraction, you are creating your own life. You are attracting in certain things according to what you believe and what you focus your attention on. So if you have, for example, the belief that all men cheat, well, guess what you're going to be looking for all the time? Every relationship you get into, you're going to be looking for, oh, is he going to cheat on me? Is he going to cheat on me? So he gets a strange phone call. You're going to be looking for evidence. And trust me, if you look for evidence of something, you will find it eventually. You will find it. So we want to loosen up some of these beliefs so that you can start looking for and beginning to find what you actually want rather than what you don't want. Okay? So let's start by tapping on the karate chop point and look at those beliefs that you have and have those in mind. Even though I have all these beliefs about committed relationships, and a lot of them are pretty scary. And I'm right about this. I've seen lots of evidence. My mother always told me. I watched my mother go through it. I know that I'm right about this. They all are cheaters. It's true. But I choose to love and honor and accept myself. And I choose to be open to seeing what else is possible. Even though I'm absolutely right about this. They all lie, they all cheat, they're only interested in sex. I am so right about this. And I don't even know why I should be tapping on this right now because it's clearly not my fault. That's just the way that men are. And I refuse to believe anything else. And I love and accept myself even though I think I'm right about this. I know I'm right about this. Even though there are so many things in relationships that I'm afraid of. And I have good reason to be afraid of it. Everything my mother went through. I learned so many horrible things about relationships. I've seen so much. Even in my own life, I've made so many mistakes. I've been hurt so many times. And I really feel like I need to hold on to these beliefs because they're protecting me. On some level, it feels like it's going to protect me by holding on to these beliefs. And I choose to love and accept myself, and I choose to honor my fear and my feelings about this. Okay, so let's tap at the top of the head. All these fears and beliefs about relationships. I wonder if they're really serving me. All these fears about relationships. And they're all true. They've all come true. But I wonder if the reason why they've all come true is because I've always believed, ever since I was a little girl, that this is just how it is. This is just how men are. Maybe I believed all this stuff without even really knowing that I believed in it. A lot of this stuff was going on unconsciously. It's all just based on stuff that I learned growing up. In fact, I, in so many ways, have followed in my mother's footsteps, and I swore I would never do that. I swore I would never be like her. And it happened anyway. So maybe I was focusing on the wrong thing. Maybe instead of focusing on not being just like my mother, I need to change my focus. Maybe I need to be willing to let go of some of these beliefs about men, about what it is to be in a committed relationship, what happens to women when they're in a committed relationship. Maybe I'm scared that I'll be trapped. I'll lose my freedom. It won't be fun anymore. And everybody knows that relationships require very hard work. We always, always have to work at it. Always have to figure out what he's thinking, why he did that, why he doesn't call when he says he's going to. Always so much work. And I'm so tired of. I just don't even want to be bothered with committed relationships. It's too much work. Too much work. So I guess my only option is doing friends with benefits. That's all I can do. I'm going to have to settle. I'm just going to have to settle. Because men are all like this. They all just want sex. They all cheat. They all lie. And no wonder I have a fear of commitment. With all these horrible beliefs going on. They're still there. I am so willing to change this and heal this. I am so open to healing this. Okay, just take a deep breath. Take a drink of water if you need to. And now I want you to go back to that list, look at each item that you wrote down, and see if the number has changed, the intensity on each thing that you wrote down. And then check the intensity on the entire list and see if that intensity has gone down. If you need to, go back and watch this video again, keep tapping, or if one of them came up stronger than the other ones, then take it separately, like the cheating part, for example. If that one came up really strong, like a 20 or something, like, no, it's true, they do cheat, maybe you need to take that one separately and just start out and go, even though it's true, men cheat, they all do. Do a separate round on that one. Okay, because you really need to start bringing that intensity down before we can do a positive reframe. So that's what I want to do in the next video, is the positive reframe, so that we can get you feeling good. But you want to get your number down to like under a 5, maybe anywhere from a 3 to a 0 before we move on. So once again, my name is Dawn Priolat of KickTheBadBoyHabits.com. And I will see you in the next video.